If you're anything like me, you love the look of rock and pebble in creeks, streams and ponds. The way the water moves over and swirls around, well, it's magical. So of course when I started designing and building my ponds, I knew I wanted to have rock and pebble in them. But the use of rock and pebble in ponds seems to always spark a debate. So as someone with multiple ponds and someone that wants my ponds to be low maintenance, I thought I may as well tell you in my approach some of the challenges I've had and how I've overcome them. That way you can use my experiences to decide on a path that's right for you. If you don't already know me, my name is Kev. The aim of my channel is to help people build and maintain a pond without spending a fortune. If that sounds like something that interests you, you might like to subscribe and visit my website ozponds.com. When I started learning about ponds, I instantly fell in love with the aquascape ecosystem style of pond. It has rock, pebble and plants, and when Greg would showcase the ponds, they were always so clean. He would explain to me that the ponds are designed to work with nature, not against her, and they were low maintenance. For me, this was tick, tick, and tick. Of course, I wanted one. Then I saw the price tag, but that's another story. But eventually I did install a few ecosystem ponds using their components. The water was clean, clear, and the pebble was beautiful and clean. And it looked just like I would see on the videos. But of course the ponds are outside. So they have things fall in them, the fish poo, plants die and decompose. Over time, fuzzy stuff was growing on the rocks, the plants grew like crazy, there were dead leaves, plant material and fish poo, and I couldn't see my beautiful pebble. And this is when I found out that when they showcase the ponds, they've just been cleaned. And of course, that makes sense. If you have a channel that highlights ponds that people are buying for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, you need to show them at their best. So I knew I needed to clean the pond, and the aquascape approach is to drain and flush the pond once a year. And it works great. After you wash everything down, the pond is like new again. It's a bit of work, but hey, it's only once a year. But for me, there was a few problems with this approach. Sure, we removed the fish, which isn't easy if you have small, fast fish that hide. But what about all the little microscopic organisms that Ed told me were so beneficial to the ecosystem? By draining and cleaning the pond, I was killing so many organisms that had made my aquatic ecosystem home. And this just didn't sit right with me. And of course, by removing so many of these beneficial organisms, I also became reliant on the products that Aquascape sold: beneficial bacteria, water clarifiers, and algae treatments. But before I cleaned the pond, the water was clear and the fish were healthy. There was plenty of live food in the form of the organisms breaking down the waste that were covering my pebble. For a while I was vigilant, and I would give the pond a light vacuum from time to time, and that worked well at preventing the sediment building up too much. And I could also empty the skimmer box and flush the sponges on the bioforce filter. So it is very possible to keep the pebble and rock clean if you're willing to put in a little extra effort, and I think that's certainly doable on one or two ponds. But I went pond crazy and installed multiple ponds throughout my property. I experimented with different DIY filters, because there was no way I could afford all the professional grade equipment. All that experimentation taught me a lot about how water is filtered and how it's really not all that complex. It also taught me that there's so many ways to build and maintain a pond. So for me personally, I now accept my rock and pebble to be a bit dirty. And I now have multiple ponds that haven't been cleaned for multiple years. But I still like to add the rock and pebble, as I believe it gives a safe refuge for all those beneficial tiny creatures that are keeping the pond healthy. I think my next experiment will be adding sand to one of my ponds. That's another controversial topic and something I haven't tried yet. But the bottom line is, you don't need to add rock and pebble. If you do, you can keep it clean with a little effort, or you can be like me and go completely lazy mode. As long as you understand how the water's being filtered, the animals inside the pond are healthy, and the pond provides you with enjoyment, who cares? And if you want to build a pond cheaper using my methods, you can download my formulas blueprint, available at ozponds.com. I've also put together lots of other helpful resources over there if you want to learn about building and maintaining a pond without spending a fortune. If you found this helpful or entertaining, go check out some more of my videos. Thanks for watching. See ya.